Hi everyone, and this is episode 2 of The Joys of Life. Before we begin, I want to say thank you to those people who sent me sweet messages and words of encouragement after releasing my first episode. I was honestly terrified because I was expecting people to criticize me after the first one, but instead I got those sweet messages. So thank you guys for every messages that you sent. It means a lot to me and my heart is really happy. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, please do so by hitting the subscribe button, and please do follow me on Spotify for more updates about my podcast. Okay, so let me tell you the story of how I came up with this episode first. So there's this one day when I was feeding my daughter, and when she's eating, she's usually watching videos like CoComelon. And this certain song came in, and the lyrics goes, "What are you thankful for?" So when I heard it, it made me think, like, yeah, what am I really thankful for? So I thought, why not talk about gratitude for the second episode of the podcast? Because honestly, this is something that I really struggle with. So imagine being at home most of the time with a toddler crying for the things that are beyond your control. And sometimes it makes me wonder, like, is this gonna be my life for the long run? And when is this going to end? So because of that, because I'm too caught up in my emotions, I forget that there are so many things that I need to be grateful for, like being able to raise my daughter and seeing her grow up to be a beautiful and smart girl. So I think for most people, it's also hard to practice gratitude at this time of the pandemic because we left 2020 thinking that 2021 is the year that things will go back to normal. That as we're traversing to the third month of the year, it seems like things are still the same and we cannot really see the end of the rainbow. So because we're stuck in this situation, we sometimes feel that there's no end to this and it's taking its toll on our mental health. Which brings us to our topic for today. How do we practice gratitude in tough times? Okay, so let's define first. When you say gratitude, it's being thankful for the things that a person receives, but also seeing things in a positive perspective and acknowledging the goodness in your life. So is expressing gratitude going to help us deal with things during tough times? The answer is a resounding yes. There are actually multiple researches and studies from institutions like Harvard and Berkeley saying that being grateful makes you happier. It can help you make positive emotions, it can improve your health, and it can also build stronger relationships. Since gratitude is somewhat refocusing your mind to think of the things that you have instead of the things that you lack, it's shifting your attention away from toxic emotions, which makes it hard for you also to dwell on your negative experiences. So if you're thinking about the good things, you're more likely to feel joy. So how do we practice gratitude during tough times? I listed 6 ways which I think are very important when you want to cultivate gratitude into your daily lives or you just want to express gratitude during difficult times. Number 1 is to learn to appreciate the small things. Maybe throughout the day, think of the things or moments that you can be thankful for, like that perfect cup of coffee that you made or a person that made you smile. So just don't take anything for granted and also count the small wins in your daily life. Number 2, and this is also related to number 1, is to write it down. Okay, so just last week I started this thing called a gratitude journal where I write things that I am thankful for each day. For example, my daughter gave me a pretend meal from her kitchen toys, or I had extra time to make food for my husband. So just the small things that you are grateful for each day. What it did was it made me think of the good things instead of the bad things during that day. So I think it helps a lot to refocus my mind to be more grateful rather than to complain a lot. For this one, I think it's best that you can be more specific with your entry every day, not just write the same things for each day because the activity can feel a little bit monotonous and you will eventually lose momentum if you do so. You can also be creative. For example, instead of a journal, you can make a box, and then every time you feel grateful, you can write down in a small note and then put it inside the box. And maybe at the end of the year, try to open it and read all your notes, and you're going to appreciate that the year has been very great to you and you will have so many things to be grateful for. Number 3 is to say it to someone. So this one, I think it's very helpful if you express gratitude to people who you think you're blessed with. So you can have a conversation with them, or you can write them a letter just to express how grateful you are for them in your life. So this one, I think, is very important because it can also be helpful for not just you, it can also be helpful for the other person. So you might not know that they're struggling from something, and just saying thank you can really give them a positive feeling. But if you're not really comfortable talking to somebody or writing them a letter, then just simply thinking about that person is a great way of appreciating people in your life. Number 4 is to pay it forward. So if you feel thankful about a good deed done to you, then you can repay that by doing kindness to other people as well. But don't do it because you're obliged to, but do it because you just want to express how grateful you are. Number 5 is to surround yourself with positivity. So I believe being around positive people can greatly affect your ability to be grateful. So for example, for a person like me who always thinks of the worst case in things, I need my husband to always remind me of how blessed I am. So he has his way of reversing the way I think. So for example, if I ask him, what if something bad happens? So he's going to respond with, what if not? What if the best possible thing happens? So he's actually this positive force in my life that makes me want to embrace optimism. So I think it's important to also have those kinds of people in your life. Number 6 and the last one is to also be grateful for your challenges and difficulties. So I, for one, find this very difficult to do, but I think most people also find it difficult to be grateful for the worst things in life. But I remember one of my college professors say that pressure makes diamonds, and it's true, right? So without struggling, you cannot really have growth. So maybe instead of focusing on the hardship, let's think of something positive or find something useful from the challenge that you're going through. So use that to develop yourself or to grow. It may not be apparent while you're experiencing it, but there's surely a lesson behind it. My takeaway for this episode is we spend most of our time and energy trying to seek or trying to pursue things that we don't have, rather than really appreciating the things that we have. So maybe let's not forget to take time to notice and to reflect on the things that we already have. So appreciate the people and the things in your life. I hope this episode helped you as much as it helped me to appreciate how blessed you are. If you think this episode will benefit others, please feel free to share this with your friends and your family. And if you want to stay updated on my podcast, don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page. It's at the Joys of Life Podcast. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel and also hit the follow button on Spotify. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.